said it was really the stuff of movies, the kind of thing you see in American blockbusters. And it was a massive IT outage around the world. It had a huge impact on a number of industries. The blue screen of death was trending on Twitter for most of the day because if you were using a Microsoft Office, Microsoft machine, you couldn't log in. You had the blue screen of death. And so we're asking the question, just what happened? And I saw an interesting tweet from someone who said, what happened yesterday is what everyone thought Y2K was going to be, where everything goes on the blink when the clocks changed at midnight on the 1st of January in the year 2000. And so we're going to ask the question, is that exactly what happened yesterday? I want to know how you were affected yesterday. I went to get a coffee in the morning. My coffee stand had a little sign up quite early on saying they were having difficulty with Capitec cards. So if you're a Capitec bank user, you had some difficulties. If you're at a Microsoft computer, chances are you had some difficulties. It doesn't seem like our airlines were impacted. Quite a few in the US were, the likes of Delta, United were impacted yesterday. But how did the massive global outage yesterday impact you? We will figure out just what happened. We'll get a little bit technical. We'll speak to the editor at large at My Broadband, Jan van Meunen. He's a good friend of the show. He knows all about all things tech. He will join us for the future of. And then we're going to ask the question, because now they're very serious questions about, so if this could happen yesterday, is this a thing we should expect is possible in the future? Have we learned? Is there a thing we could have done differently or can do differently in the future to prevent this? We'll ask that in the future of as well. And of course, love to hear from you on 011-883-0702, your SMSs on 31702, and your WhatsApp messages on 0727021702.
Legal? It's okay, ma? Problem. Okay. Can go fit it? Okay. Go. SLN Street. Kijk maar of fietsje kan ook SLN Street kitala. Kitala.
Mauza ngapo kanjani?
From Kaka from Mayfield Square.
Angazi.
Samskivele kote.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sure.
Coming up after the show, we'll find out from him what's coming up on the show between 10 and 2 o'clock. Earlier on, I mentioned that you have 8 days before we walk the talk in the city of Thuma. You have 1 day left. Entries close tomorrow. And we have some questions. Ezekiel asked, morning girls, are we having a festival of music at the walk this year? Yes. The music lineup after the walk has been confirmed. Marumo also, who is incredible, is headlining it. We also have Chris Beats and Mo Flavor, who are also part of the lineup. I also asked, what are you walking for? Peter says, a very good morning to you guys. I'm walking for my fitness and good health. I'm walking with you next week. I can't wait to meet you. Please come and say hi because we will be broadcasting live. Follow us then to walk the talk. If you need any other information, you can find it on
Walk the talk on next Sunday. Last year there were lots of the union buildings for the inauguration of the president. Yes, it's going to be wonderful to just join fellow similar to people and walk and interact and enjoy the freedom of the Jacaranda city.
Thank you very much for that message. Also looking forward to seeing you. If you already have your ticket, I also want to know what you are looking forward to next week, what you are walking for at this year's 702 Walk the Talk.
Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.
Your morning fix of current events,
Developing stories.
and a whole lot more.
We share information. directly affected by what's happening in the news.
We'll expand your worldview and bring you closer to who you really are.
Empowered, confident.
Ready for those conversations around the water cooler.
Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa, 6 to 9 a.m.
Only on 702. Let's walk the talk.
Connect with Build RS. Conversations aimed at fortifying the nation and the entire African continent. Tackle challenges collectively and illuminate the spirit of Africa. Visit buildrsa.co.za. Build RSA, the great South Africa. Together, we will build it. And we would buy 500 cars and we would buy 500 more. So sell your car for the best price and we won't think about it twice. We buy cars.
We Buy Cars, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
My family's struggling with snotty noses and phlegmy coughs.
Oh no! Have you tried ACC?
ACC 600 is a convenient one-a-day effervescent tablet from 14 years of age. Or now also in a no water needed, fruity flavored sherbet-like granules that dissolve in your mouth. Ideal for the on-the-go adult. Ask for ACC 600 ACC, it's not ACC.
The 702 Walk the Talk, hosted by Freedom Park Heritage Site in the city of Tshwane, Sunday, 28 July. It's more than a walk, it's a celebration of us. Enter now on PrimeMediaPlus.com. Have your weekend breakfast.
With Kususungu.
Let's walk the talk.
It's 15 minutes after 9:02. Maybe future, because yesterday was a glimpse at, I guess, what kind of future we are living in. There was huge, you may remember, 24 years ago, there was fear of, things going on the blink when the year changed from 99 to 2000. Y2K was going to be, because of course there was a massive outage. It happened at a US cybersecurity firm because of a software update, it seemed, by CrowdStrike. It then impacted Microsoft Windows systems. That then had a cascading effect on planes, banking systems, work systems. It was hospitals were all impacted by this global outage, and you were probably impacted, and I want to know how you were impacted by yesterday's outage. Send us a voice note on 0727021702. Send us an SMS on 31702, or give us a call on 011-883-0702. And a very good morning to you.
Good morning. I could not but have get goosebumps on that.
Are you a big Terminator fan?
Yeah, the Terminator theme song, man. That thing is awesome, but also ominous for this discussion.
Yeah, it is ominous. How were you affected yesterday, Jan? When did you realize something was awry, something had not gone right? When did it, did you realize something wasn't right?
When we started getting complaints from people, Capitec customers. Look, Capitec's the biggest bank in the country right now by customers, and so when people.
There was a time where Basitane was, I think she was the face of L'Oreal, and she was doing that. There's that advert set up about hyaluron something, the chemical that they claim is on that L'Oreal product that make them look
something about it that the Holy Spirit just highlighted. The very unpleasant part of God, that God sometimes will show you the things that He does know when He's not ready to talk about, and you know that one day the Lord will talk about this. You will just note it and get it like that. That's what I did. And you know something about that skin and that in hair, that hyaluron and advert L'Oreal. ANC is the epicenter of human sacrifice. They sacrifice raw material. They supply raw material, human beings. They're always saying that the reason why in this country we don't talk about human sacrifice as rife as it is. We don't talk about human sacrifice and the human trafficking as raw as it is because ANC is the one that supplies the food chain of the world. And we are sitting here like, didn't you guys tell us this department is not supporting you? What is this? What are these zeros that we are seeing here? Wasn't everybody just trying to tell us this is just such a horrible department that doesn't take care, this government doesn't take care of its artists? No, it does. It chooses certain artists to take care of, okay? But the one that is shocking for me, so means is X, okay? There's this article on Zumoja that's talking about how Mohale is one of the people that receive the highest amount from the fund. What does she do? Marry the celebrities. What does he do in the entertainment space? Dating the celebrities. So it says here, so Mrs. X among those who received the highest amount from COVID relief fund. COVID relief fund. Back in 2020, did we even know who Mohale was? The South African sports, arts and culture and entertainment industry has been on the head since the start of Minister Gaten Mackenzie's day at work. He has promised to donate his first salary to the art gallery in Kagiso while also setting up the Jocelyn Smith Foundation, but has attracted more views is the list of the creative who benefited from the COVID-19 relief fund. It gets juicy. The department shared the list after the government was accused of not supporting the artists. Okay? It's like a father, Mama Ati. Yeah, you learn a cookie up hell. I feel Baba a statement. So every man is confused with that. I go 200, I go 200. As Parliament will be looking as if they pay a big amount, as Mackenzie said that there were very good people on that list who, meanwhile, said he revealed the list for the sake of the total transparency. I supported you guys. I supported Because if you're not doing anything shady, you shouldn't mind that the list is being published. Okay? He said that this is because his department has been accused of not funding projects. About 3,962 creatives received a share of 72 million grants. Other top 10 beneficiaries include Silo Mark Baka. Don't. It's not Dr. Silo Mark. Don't. It's Silo Mark. Okay. That Silo received 150,000. It's Alwani Group. Metononda received 75K. Podcaster Mark G. Maggi received 75K. Okay. Casting agent OB Mochi PC received 73K. Producer Motoning Keys got 73K. Adam Howard got 53K. Adele Yvette received 53K. Buffett Dile Masasa of Evergreen Arts Center got 53K. Okay, somebody go and check that the K was spent on Evergreen Arts Center. Bafana Jesse received 53K, and Ashraf Patel also received 53K. Okay, Muhammad received what? 75K. So Ms. Mhlongo's ex-husband and influencer Mohalem Daung's company Glam to pay. What the hell is that? Okay. Received 75,000 rand. The company designed dresses and suits for matric dance students. Exactly how many students did you do the dresses for? A close friend reveals that Glam only had 2 employers. Okay. At the time, it had Mohale and his assistant at the time, who was probably his cousin or something. Okay? And the assistant was not even full-time. He had no right to claim that amount. The friend said he received more than NGOs, which were more than a handful of employees. His company was also not servicing that many clients. Because if I don't know it, then it must not be that big, okay? They had no warehouse, no office, nothing. Exactly how were they affected by COVID? In fact, why did they get the money? Because in 2020 and even 2021, most schools didn't even have dances and matric dance because of COVID. Because we were under lockdown. I know for sure in 2020, no school had matric dance. So what do they need the money for? His company was also not servicing that many clients, so they have missed out. They had no warehouse, no office, and no staff members. The source said that he is unsure of how the claim was processed. I'm not accusing him of anything, okay? But I am. I just know there were only 2 people working at Glam to pay. Guys, I don't know if you know if you pronounce it that way. Zimoja called and texted Mohale, and he ignored the messages and had not responded at the time of publishing. And I guess he's waiting for Showmax to do a special or something, and then they would ask him the questions, because that's what he did with the boss. Okay? Other artists cried out saying that they had not received the money from the relief fund. Mercy Pankela said she is still waiting for her money. Even today, I have not seen it with my eyes. The whole entire legend, she said, Zahara's sister Bandezwa Kudukana told Zimoja that her sister did not receive anything. She didn't get a cent from the relief fund. We are still waiting. She told us that she applied and did not get anything. I have questions. I don't know if I'm being shady, but with Mercy Pankela, we haven't seen Mercy Pankela much. So was she affected by COVID, or she has, when COVID came, she already was not working? Because the point of COVID was that if you were affected, your business was affected by COVID. For example, you had people that your salaries to pay around that time, but you were not getting business, so you couldn't run your business as can pay the people. The COVID fund was supposed to relieve you a little bit, so you can pay some people in, up until lockdown was over. So if we were already not relieved, did you really, were you supposed to be qualified? Yazi ukuthi sometimes ama-celebrate unokubaba ukuthi he laba umuntu who had that one song while he released akuqalwe yibuza ukuthi lo muntu lona is still living on that one song, or umuntu was on generations long time ago wenza amasina ayi-2 but living a very good life, and you were asking yourself, lona vele is still living on that money for the 2 scenes she did on generations. And yeah, I know what to order somewhere in Iowa open. Allegedly was counted, the kids were counted allegedly in the name of the kids of either shooting the show at the match. The scandalous match. They just had to throw it on our faces. Our celebrities. Listen, you guys. To be honest with you, when it comes to this fight, now if I'm being serious, there are people that are being mentioned here, like Mohale, where you just don't understand how they got the money. At the same time, I feel like the department should have done the work to get money. Okay, so how were they making a decision to give somebody money and not give the other person money? You know what I mean? They should have had processes where they check, we are going to give people that qualify and these are the requirements, and maybe the minister, since he believes in transparency, he can be transparent about that moving forward. If there is a fund, for a particular purpose, whatever it is, hopefully we never have something like COVID again, because that was horrible. But if they have a fund, they are clear in terms of the requirements. Because in order for you to access these funds, these are the requirements, so that we all know. And when we talk about why did this person get the money, we question it based on us knowing that they did not meet the requirements, So I think that moving forward, if we did that, then it will help us. Because as far as we're concerned now, we might be questioning how Mohale got the money, but maybe he did qualify, because we don't know what the requirements are, but it's shaded that he did. By the way, you guys, Mohale unako nje ukuvela nje. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi wavela nalaphayana Dr. Makadimane ngofana. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it, comment, and share it. Friends, your family, even strangers.
Windows or Microsoft, I should say, and other vendors used to have very good systems in place specifically for enterprise customers to test stuff like this before sending it out to their users. And then what happens in those contexts is that the blast radius is good, right? So at worst case, you maybe brick a dozen machines while you're busy testing them, rather than a situation we have now where you send out that update to tens of thousands of machines all at once, and now you just have a massive drama on your hands.
A quick question, Jan, because of course some of the institutions impacted yesterday were banking institutions. May on WhatsApp asks, she says, thank you for the discussion. Could this issue cause the banks to lose client information? Could we lose security of our banking information? How can we be more banking secure? Because of course, I don't think anyone worries too much about an airline or a hospital, but a bank, you think, is my information okay?
Yes, so in this particular case, yes it was. What this, one of the questions that was gnawing in the back of my head while the story was breaking yesterday was, is this a supply chain attack? And so we've seen, this is why when you ask the question of have we seen bigger attacks than this, we've seen similar attacks to this, and that's what I was kind of trying to think about. They are called supply chain attacks, someone further up the chain. So we usually see this in an industrial context, and we saw, where this is usually like a nation-state thing, where a government is trying to infiltrate some kind of industrial customer, and so what they end up doing is they go after the supplier of the industrial system. And then what they do is they put a faulty or a malicious update into that update server that then gets pushed down to these customers and then gives them some kind of backdoor access or whatever it is. So they can essentially hack into these systems. And so the whole thing with CrowdStrike smelled a whole lot like a supply chain attack, where somebody might try to put a compromised update into an upstream vendor's update system, in this case CrowdStrike, that then gets sent out to everybody else so that you could get a backdoor into all of the systems that's supposed to be protected by this. But CrowdStrike has come out and said that no, this was not an attack, this was not a breach, this was just a blunder, a massive blunder. So at least we have some security in that. That this wasn't some kind of cyber attack, that the banks, the no control was lost over data. Yeah. What happened here was the machines crashed, and so from the best we can tell, the worst damage is done. But that's a very good question, because if this outage caused other firewalls and protective systems to go down that then exposed a whole bunch of information to the internet, there's some real concern there. And so it's important for